What's up, guys? Jeremy Nowak here, aka the Swingman, 6-year professional baseball player and 13-year professional hitting instructor. Today I'm going to give you 3 tips on how you can increase your exit velocity. Going further into my background, I am a professional world long drive competitor in golf, so I have an idea of what it takes to get my body to move faster. Now in baseball, it is a reactionary sport. We're never swinging 100% full out effort in the games. However, we have to train our bodies to move faster, and the only way we could do that is by increasing our peak speeds. This is similar to seeing pitchers in the game doing long toss or doing pull downs. So tracking throwing velocities in different environments is what is helping pitchers consistently throw harder year to year. The part hitters are missing is they're not doing the same thing, okay? But we got to be able to let go of mechanics in order for us to learn how to move faster. So what I would recommend first and foremost, this is the biggest tip I could give on increasing exit velocity, is you get yourself a tee, you get yourself nice, consistent baseballs that are going to give you repetitive speeds. Then you'd also need some sort of simulator on the cheaper end that is reliable. You're looking at maybe a pocket radar, could cost you a couple $100, but then here I have a hit track system. I mean, you could go with Rapsodo, whatever it is, but something that's going to give you consistent numbers so you can start tracking progress. What I would recommend is twice a week, you get fully loose and you hit off the tee as hard as you can for sets of 5 to 7, and your only mindset is to hit the ball harder every time, all right? Track your progress, track your averages, and push your body to move faster. You're going to have plenty of other days throughout the week to work on your mechanics, to critique things, to hit live pitching. But if you do this over a span of time, I promise you, you're naturally going to move the bat faster. So if your in-game approach is controlled, swinging 80, 85%, that swing at 80% will be much faster if your peak speeds have moved up 5 to 10 miles an hour. So again, doing this once or twice a week and treating it like a workout, get rid of the mechanical end of it and just become an athlete in the box. That's the biggest tip in terms of exit velo. Tip number 2, when you are warming up to hit, I highly, highly recommend using a lighter object. Get away from the heavy stuff when you're thinking about speed, all right? For me, I like to swing, it's called the Aerobat. Again, it has to be lighter than what you're using. Unlocking your central nervous system or waking it up is a way for us to unlock more potential for us to move faster with our normal bat. So again, a big problem hitters are having nowadays is they get in there in the on-deck circle, they're swinging around a super heavy bat, they're doing these little half swings here while the pitcher has already done 20 to 40 pitches in the bullpen, building up a sweat, coming out to the mound, doing another 5 to 7 pitches before they even face you. So you're stepping up in the box after just swinging a heavy object around a couple times. This pitcher's pouring sweat, throwing 100 miles an hour, and now I got to figure out a way to catch up, right? So instead of that, grab onto a light object, and we're doing the same thing. We're waking the body up, and we're trying to swing a lighter object faster and faster and faster to get our central nervous system primed and ready to move fast. Again, when we get up to the plate, we're just reacting. However, if your central nervous system is firing on all cylinders, I promise you, that swing is going to be a lot faster. And this goes all the way back to speed training off the tee as well. We want to separate each round of 5 to 7 with 3 swings with a lighter object as fast as we possibly can to prime our central nervous system before we start hitting baseballs. And that is a very easy way to gain instant exit velocity. With my students, I see anywhere between a 2 to 5 mile an hour gain off the tee just by swinging this as hard as they can 3 to 5 times before their round. All right? As crazy as that sounds, it is a real thing. So tip number 3 is making sure that we get a solid warm-up in before we even start swinging, okay? I'm big into foam rolling. I'm big into thoracic stretches. So making sure that we're fully warmed up and mobile before we even pick up a bat, all right? We don't want to go straight into just swinging off the tee. we want to make sure our body is warmed up before we even take a swing. So instead of us, if my max exit velo off the tee is 105 miles an hour, I don't want my first swings off the tee starting at 60, 65, all right? I want to get fully warmed up before hitting a ball, so my first swings off the tee are above 90 miles an hour, and I'm not wasting time or energy just hitting balls with poor swings. All my swings off the tee from the get-go should be quality, should be athletic, I should be loose and ready to go. I hope these tips help. Stay tuned for more hitting tips.